Welcome to the Penis Society, where our Western world values these 5 Ps in the highest. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. Our Western world is deeply obsessed with these 5 Ps. Performance, productivity, progression, profit, and pace. Performance, how good are you? We need you to be the best. Productivity, how much can you get done in the shortest amount of time? Progression, we really want you to create something new, like something that's never been done before. Profit, can you create something that's never been done before and make a couple of billion for us? And pace, could you do all that yesterday? So, what's wrong with this? Is there anything wrong with this? The answer is yes and no. Inherently valuing these things, there's nothing wrong with that. These are part of what's called the masculine psyche, the masculine mentality, the masculine way of doing things. And herein lies the problem. We've disconnected from the feminine. So before I go any further, this is a more spiritually inclined talk. I'm talking about masculine and feminine. I'm not talking about man and woman. I'm talking about, it's like each of us is a cocktail and the 2 main ingredients are masculine and feminine. They look differently, they taste differently, they've got a different texture. Whether you're a man or a woman, boy or a child, no matter what age, I believe you have this masculine and feminine energy and essence to you. It's like yin and yang. So let's explain this a little more. The masculine is goal-oriented, task-focused. It wants to achieve, it wants outcomes. It wants to do things, build things. It's about structure, rigidity. It's about ticking off your to-do list. It's action, it's stepping forward. The masculine can be symbolized by the penis. It's erect and it penetrates. It really can. It's about going out into the world with purpose and mission and precision for a cause. The feminine. The feminine is about feeling. The feminine is about being. It's about flow and radiance. The juice is here, the juice of life. That's what the feminine is. The feminine is about just feeling what's here and not doing anything about it. It's why the stereotypical joke is men want a solution and women just want to be heard. The masculine wants a solution. The feminine wants to be held, nourished, nurtured, understood. The feminine in each of us is deep connection to ourself, other, and the web of life. And it's receiving. The masculine is going out and making things happen. The feminine is receiving and attracting. And so if the masculine can be symbolized by the penis, the feminine can be symbolized by the vagina. And just to reiterate, this has nothing to do with your biology. This is energetics. The vagina receives. It's warm. I know some of you would have just gone, oh, he said that. There's juice, like that's what it is. It's life and juice. It's a feminine juice. So the problem is that we're connected to the masculine and disconnected to the feminine. How does that show up individually and as a society? Individually, we get burnt out, overworked. We become overweight but undernourished. There's a lack of intimacy in our relationships. Lack of love, lack of connection. We're disconnected from enjoyment. All our doing, all our action, can't get no satisfaction. It's like no matter how much you achieve, it's empty. And your creativity actually dries up. On a societal level, we have what I call mindless manufacturing. It's kind of like, what are we doing that for? We're just like, literally, we're in a penis race of erecting just constant things that not all of them are serving us to the highest value. Our systems, our structures, our way of living. Empty doing, conflict and war, power plays and money for only a small percentage of the world and not widespread. lack of empathy, lack of listening, and capped creativity and solutions. So can we have the feminine without the masculine? The answer is yes, of course. But that's not where the majority of society is at right now. However, for relevance, it would look like getting lost in an ocean of emotion. Being scattered, not being able to go out and do things, and just being dictated by your feelings. As I said, it's not as common. So what would a healthy balance look like? A healthy balance is kind of like a healthy relationship between two people. Both parties are heard. Both are welcomed. Both, everyone's wishes, their honours, how they feel, what they want to do, who they want to be. That's welcome here. That's accepted. Instead of, like, a healthy relationship is not one person has all the control, all the say. Not in my opinion anyway. You can make your own. So that's what it's like, but in you. And it might look like less push, less struggle, less grind, hustle, more, and more ease, more flow, but better results. Put your hand up if you would like better results with more ease. If you didn't put your hand up, you could be crazy. It would look like more fulfilled doing. Your action does get you satisfaction. To me, it's a fuller and more sustainable way of living. It's kind of like changing from our current, cars as they are to Tesla. Simple as that. A sense of deep connection and work that doesn't wipe you out, it replenishes you. So imagine coming home from your 9 to 5 and instead of just like, you're like, I'm feeling great. Like, how good was work today? I was doing something that I loved and I was in flow the whole time. Work that reinvigorates you. So this is a balance between being and doing, feminine and masculine. So right now, I'm hoping that most of you have gone, this is a pretty good option. Maybe I should try connecting to my feminine. So that's what we're going to do. And it's going to be really scary. It's so simple, but it's going to scare all of you, most of you. Because it's not taught in high school, it's not taught in your masters, it's not taught in the boardroom. Our culture does not teach this. Stop and listen to yourself. So I'm going to guide us through a breathing exercise to really learn to connect to our body. So I'm going to guide all of you. We're going to breathe together. And then at some point, I'm just going to let you go. And I'll keep guiding you, but instead of it being forced, it being like, okay, now I breathe, now I exhale. You're just gonna go. We're going to get a little bit weird. You paid some money. You were invited to open your mind at the start of this. So if you could change your life in 5 minutes, or you could have a practice that you do daily that changes your life, would you want to do that? Yeah, baby. So all together, breathing in and out. In and out. And now this one, take a longer exhale. In and out. Now make some sound. Just let a little bit of sound out. So just a sigh. I'll lead. It'll go like this. Oh. There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, some more. We're all weird. We just pretend we're not. Breathing in. Like, let's really let it out. There you go. Again. Okay. Now, just bringing your attention back to me, but stay in your body. Stay in your body. There's nothing you have to learn here. You already know how to breathe. How do you feel right now? Just tune in. How do you feel? Just listening, softening into your body. There's no right or wrong answer. Maybe you feel enormous stillness and groundedness. Keep your eyes closed if you want, if you're blissing out right now. Maybe you feel like, what is this power that I've never connected to before? Maybe you feel a little bit of shame. Maybe you feel none of that. Maybe you just feel, it's okay. That's all okay. There's no goal here, right? That's the masculine goals. What am I getting from this? It's the feminine right here. It's like, It just feels great. Wherever you're at right now, just welcome that. There's no wrong or right. There's nothing to do, and that's important. There's nothing to do. So how comfortable are we with our feminine? Each of you, how comfortable are you with your feminine? How comfortable are we as a society, as individuals? How comfortable are you? Stopping, right? We think there's something wrong with this when we procrastinate. We're like, oh, I'm procrastinating, I need to do more. Uni assignments, to-do lists. How comfortable are we with feeling into our body? Sexual shame, body shame abounds the whole world right now. We're a culture afraid to stop. More. We're trying to get ahead without using our heart. Just like, I'm going to say that again. We're trying to get ahead without using our heart. I believe we can't give what we don't have. We can't teach what we don't know. If we don't embody it ourselves, if it's not within us, we can't give it, we can't transmit it, we can't pass it on. If we're so burnt out, so fatigued, our spirit has gone, our creativity, and some of you probably like, oh, my spirit's good. I guarantee connecting to the feminine, there's more. There's always more. So whether you're fully burnt out, chronic fatigue, or you're feeling great, there's always more. But if you are disconnected, as most people are, from the feminine, because it's not taught how to connect to it. If you are disconnected from the feminine, which is life itself, right? It's why we call it Mother Earth. It provides all of our life. Everything comes from a mother. How can we expect our dreams, our visions, our goals, all the things that we have, like the problems we want to solve, how can we expect to put life into that, to actually bring that to life? If we don't have life in us, how can we expect that this is going to become a physical reality if there's no life in us to channel and pass on to something else? This body. I believe it connects us to that which is greater than us, that which is greater than the mind, than the I, than the ego. Whether you want to call that God, source, the universe, divine intelligence, whatever. I believe that's here, like in the very esoterical sense, and that's right here. Like that is us. And that connecting to this body is a portal for that. When we cut ourselves, it heals. We don't, all right, white blood cells, do your thing. We don't, platelets, get down there too. We don't chew food. And, well, hopefully you do chew food. But we don't like esophagus. Send that puppy down. Stomach. Pump up the acidity. Yes. Little more, 7.1, 7 point. We don't do that. It just happens for us. What if there actually is a chance that no matter what you want to create, the first place was to go was listening to your body? That's possible. I know that's possible. I want to explain this in the metaphor of dance. I dance salsa and bachata, two forms of Latin dancing with a partner. And when I'm thinking about the moves, I'm thinking about, is this girl, is she bored? Is she having a good time? And when I'm in my mind, yeah, I'm dancing, but there's this very mechanical element. It doesn't flow, it doesn't feel as good as it could. It might look good to someone standing by, but I know, and that person knows. But yeah, there's an element of clunkiness or roboticness. And in music goes in rhythms. The 5 Ps, they take us out of that rhythm, our natural creativity, our natural flow. And when I'm dancing, all I have to do is stop and surrender. And when I let the music fill me up and move my body, and then pass that on to someone else, communicate that with the person I'm dancing with, we do moves that neither of us know. That's the wisdom, that's the magic that's possible when we let life move through us. Without the feminine, we're just masturbating. It might feel good. And just as a side note, if any time I mention sex, you had this is that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm here, because this culture is disconnected from our body. Without the feminine, we're just masturbating. When the feminine is flowing through us, we're making sweet, sweet love. We're letting life make love through us, into our creative projects, into our relationships, into our life. When I take my partner's hand, I don't have the whole dance scripted. I go moment by moment by moment, letting music move me. And so I believe that when we all do this, we will all dance, we will all create, we will all live, we will all love, we'll create more value, we'll do it with more ease, there'll be more equality for all. And we'll do it in a way that is so beautiful, it's far more powerful and far more magical than our mind could have ever scripted alone. Thank you.